welcome. So we'll start seated, taking a comfortable seat, spine tall, shoulders up to the ears, and then relaxing the shoulders down. Taking a beautiful breath here. And then we're going to bring the hands to the heart, Anjali Mudra. And keep the heels of the hands together, the thumbs and the little fingers together, but open out all the other fingers. So we take Lotus Mudra here at the heart. Let the shoulders relax down. Notice if any tension sort of crept into the neck and the shoulders. Feel that you're leaning back into your support, your lovely tall spine. Creating some space in the front of the body, some freedom in the front of the body. Opening up through the hands, let the eyes close. And breathing into the heart center. If you're a visual person and if it feels right to you, sometimes with visualizations you don't want to force anything, you want to just see if anything comes up. Or sometimes we need to be guided. So if something is coming up for you already, then stay with that image or feeling, sensation or word. Or you can imagine that there is a beautiful ball of light, of energy, just hovering in your hands, in front of the heart, sort of held between all the fingers, but just hovering there. As you breathe into the heart, just allowing yourself to be open to whatever arises in your practice today. To be open to receive any gifts, physical, mental, emotional, energetic, or spiritual. Taking beautiful breaths. And then we'll close all the fingers back to Anjali Mudra, prayer position at the heart center. Sealing in energy to the heart. We'll interlace the fingers, push the palms forwards, tuck the chin around the upper back. Reach the palms up to the sky, lifting up nice and tall through the spine. We'll keep the right hand up and we'll release the left hand, so right palm to the sky. And although we'll take the side bend, also feel that you're pushing that right palm to the sky and your left hand is on the earth. Let the energy of the hands connect to the energy of the earth and the sky. We'll start to let this right arm drop down. So we've got hands now either side of this right knee. We're going to take a forward fold over the right knee. So just left knee, sorry. Look after the right knee. Lengthen through the side waist. Then let the hands walk forwards as much as feels comfortable for the knees. And we'll walk the hands back up again to seated. Bringing the hands together in prayer position at the heart. Interlace the fingers, push the palms forwards, tuck the chin round the upper back. Lift the palms up to the sky, keeping the left palm up and the right hand down. So push up even with the side stretch, connecting to heaven and earth. Landing the left hand heart towards the right knee, anchored down through the left seat bone so we lengthen into that left side waist. Walking the hands to center, lengthening forwards here. Rising all the way back up again, and if you're sitting on any props, just leaving that off to the side. And lean back here, bring the hands to the floor, open through the chest, engage the belly. So lift through Mula Bandha, lifting the feet. Lovely. So from here, we're just going to take a little rock from side to side. So keep the heart lifted, little rocks from side to side. Either staying with these rocks from side to side and squeezing the top side waist as you do so, or if it feels comfortable to do so, we're going to lengthen out the legs and then bend in and take them to the other side. You could, of course, lengthen out just the top leg and even take the other foot to the floor. So listen to the lower back. Lovely. If you want to make it a little bit stronger, then you can take the hands off the floor into boat and the hands go to the other side of the legs. So wherever you want to be here, keep the breath flowing, nice and easy. Lovely. Have a little smile maybe. One more to each side. Lovely, and then we're going to cross the legs, come over the legs, take it back to extended child's pose. So big toes together, knees out wide, lengthen the hands away, lengthen the seat bones back towards the heels. Bring yourself up to hands and knees, and then we'll take downward dog from here, lengthening the legs, walking out the dog, lengthen the heels down to the floor, bend the opposite knee. Lovely, and then we'll start to walk forwards to the front of the mat, into forward fold. Press into the feet, start to rise all the way up, rolling up, let the arms sweep up, hands to the heart. Lovely, so we're going to take some lunges where we straighten and bend the legs and twist and get into the hips. So if you feel that you need to place the hands on a block or anything to give you a bit of extra height, sort of feel free to grab a block or a tall Tupperware box for that extra height. So we'll inhale, take the hands up, keep the hands together, lifted up, and we'll take the side bend. So leaning over to the right, side bending, coming up and over to the left. Lifting up, looking up to the thumbs. Take the hands all the way down into forward fold, so rolling down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Right leg stepping back, high lunge. So step that right leg back, rise up with the arms, right glute active. Left hand down this left side of the body, reach over with the right hand, take the side bend. Reach the hands up, hands to the floor, or to your blocks, or to anything that's going to give you some height. Let the hips sink, heart forwards. And then we'll straighten the front leg as much as feels comfortable. Pull that left hip back. Bend the hips, heart forward. Straighten hips back. One more, we're going to bend here. Let the hips not sink quite as much. So if you've sunk right down, lift up a little bit. Right hand onto the floor or your block. Left hand lifts, take the twist. Bringing the left hand back down to the floor. We'll sweep the left leg back, three-legged dog. Lift through the left heel. Bend the left knee, yawn open the hip. Lengthen through the right heel. And then we're going to bring that left knee to the floor. So bring the left knee underneath the left hip, land the left knee to the floor, pivot on that left knee so the left foot goes to the left side of the mat, land your right heel, take supported side plank here, right hand lifts, and then stretch that right arm over, big side bend, lift the hips. And then we're going to lift that right hand back up again, so the fingers point to the sky. Engage the right side waist and lift the right leg. Pulse this right leg. Lovely. And then we're going to land the right leg, land the right hand, take it into plank pose. Stepping back into plank, lifting through the belly. Knees down all the way to the floor. Taking 3 wide cobras here up onto the fingertips, rolling up and down. With the breath, anchoring through the lower body. Lengthening back into child's pose. Take extended child's pose, really stretching the fingers forwards. And taking downward facing dog, lifting through the hips, breathing into the belly. Let there be a lovely fluidness to the breath and to the way that the body is flowing. Walking the feet forwards to the front of the mat into your forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, folding. Inhaling, rising. Hands to the heart. Feeling down through the feet to the earth. Inhaling the hands back up, keeping the hands together. Side bending to the left. Lifting up and side bending to the right. Lifting back up and hands down through the center, rolling down soft through the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Step the left foot back into lunge, high lunge. Right hand slides down the right side of the body, left arm reaching over. Let the hands come down to the floor, either side of the front foot, onto your blocks or props that you need. Let the hips sink, heart forwards. And then lifting up the hips, up and back, straighten the front leg. Doesn't have to straighten completely, it's just straighter than it was before. So then we bend, sink the hips, heart forwards, shoulders away from the ears. Straightening that front leg as much as feels okay to do so. Stay lengthening back that back heel as well. And then we'll bend the front knee, but we won't sink the hips so that we've got an active left leg. Left hand to the floor, right hand lifts, twisting here. Bringing the right hand back down to the floor, right leg sweeps back, three-legged dog, lifting through the heel. Bend the knee and yawn open the hip. Bring the left knee to the floor underneath the right knee, underneath the right hip. Pivot on that right knee so the toes go out to the right. Right hand on the floor, left hand lifts, supported side plank. Then take it into a big side stretch. Lengthen over. Bring the left hand back up and start to squeeze the left ribs towards the left hip, nice and strong. Then we lift that left leg and we can pulse. So push through the left heel. Feel that you're really using the whole outer edge of the leg and the foot. Pulsing. Lovely, and we'll land that left foot to the floor. Land the hands, plank pose. Could be kneeling plank, of course. Strong belly. Ready to bring yourself all the way down to the floor. One wide cobra here, rolling up. And down. Taking it back, extended child. From your child's pose, come to kneeling, so sitting back on the heels. If that's not comfortable for the knees, come high if you can and open through the shoulders by taking the fingers up. I'm not going to take a back bend here, just take the fingers up the back, squeeze the shoulder blades together so you open the shoulders. If it's okay to be on the heels, we'll bring the hands back, fingers pointing towards the feet. Open the heart. You could stay here, or if it feels okay to then lift the hips, lengthen through the tailbone, open the front of the body. Notice the temptation to drop the head back. So keep the back of the neck nice and long. Jalandhara Bandha here. So throat lock. Long through the back of the neck. Chin pulling into the back of the neck. Releasing down through the hips and taking it back into downward dog. And then once you're in downward dog, just give the head a little release here. Give the neck a little release. Nodding, yes. Shaking, no. Starting to walk the feet forwards to the front of the mat. Lovely, into forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, folding. Inhaling, rising. Exhaling, hands to the heart. Inhaling the hands up, keeping the hands together, side bending to the right, side bending to the left. Rising up, tall, bring the hands to the heart. Right leg steps back, high lunge. Lovely, we'll land the right heel, open out, warrior two. So we're going to take in a moment a half moon for a balance. So if you feel that you need any props for your half moon, again, make sure that you have those steady and ready. We'll straighten the front leg, tilt the hips, Trikonasana. Triangle pose here. Taking the right hand onto the right hip, soften that front knee. Let the left hand stretch forwards and out to the left for a bit of stability. When you're ready, pressing into that left leg to lift the right leg. Right hand can always stay on the hip or can reach up to the sky. So just like we did in our side plank variation, use a strong outer hip and thigh and foot. Right side waist is strong and active. Lovely, and then we're going to step it back into our warrior two. Lovely, cartwheel the hands down to the inside of the left foot. So we'll cartwheel them down, walk that left foot out to the left. Lovely, so then we're into lizard. Let the toes turn a little bit to the left, weight into the pinky toe side of the left foot. You can stay here if you prefer to be here. Otherwise we're going to land that right knee, could come onto a blanket and take the twist. So take the left hand to the left thigh, turn the heart to the left, taking the twist. So we want to turn the shoulders and the upper body, but we also want to really lengthen through the front of the right thigh and hip. Lovely, then we'll bring the hands back to the floor, tuck the back toe, lift that back knee, and we'll sweep the left foot back into three-legged dog. So taking that leg back, yawn open the hip, open through the hip. Now land the left knee underneath the left hip onto the floor, and we'll take our supported side plank, so pivot on the knee. Lovely, stretch the right arm over, take the big side stretch. And then we do the opposite, we tighten up the right side of the body. So squeeze the shoulder, ribs and hips towards one another. Lift that right leg. You could always have some props underneath this left hand as well if you want to. You can stay here if you want to, or bend that right knee. So as you bend the right knee, push the hips forward. So right glute really strong and active. So we'll bend and straighten. You could reach back with the right fingers. And then either again, just stay with the bending and straightening, or if it feels accessible, to take hold of the foot and open the shoulder and the front of the hips. Lovely, and then we'll release. Hands to the floor, take it into your plank pose. Knees down, all the way down. Taking your back bend here. So if you want to take up dog, hands by the ribs, lifting up, or taking your cobra or sphinx. And then we'll take it back into downward dog. We'll start to walk the feet forwards towards the hands, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And folding. Rising up. Hands to the heart. Relax the shoulders. Inhale the hands up. Hands stay together, taking the side bend to the left. Reaching up, side bend to the right. Reaching up and hands to the heart. Left leg stepping back, high lunge. Have a wobble. Reaching up tall. Opening the arms out, warrior two. Straightening the front leg, Trikonasana. So just relax a little bit in that left shoulder. The arm can be lifted without the shoulder being tense. Lovely. Bring the left hand to the left hip, preparing for a half moon. Soften the front knee so you can reach the right hand forwards and slightly to the right. Push into that right foot to lift the left leg. And then starting to really engage the left side of the body. Pinky toe side of the left foot. Pressing into the right foot. Pushing the floor away with that right leg. If you feel steady, left hand lifts. And then we're going to step it back into warrior two. Relax the shoulders. Feel the feet back on the earth. Cartwheel the hands down to the inside of the right foot. Toe heeling that right foot out a little bit here. Take your lizard. So let weight come into the outer blade of the right foot. We'll take twisted lizard or any variation that you think really serves you in this moment. So you could bring the elbows to the floor instead. Otherwise we'll bring the knee down and twist to the right hand onto the right thigh, just helping to open out the hip a little bit, turning the upper body, and just feel that you're really breathing into the front of the left hip and thigh, really opening into the front of the body there. And then we'll bring the hands back down again to the floor. Find your way back into downward dog with the right heel lifted. So if you need to come through hands and knees, feel free to do that. Bend the right knee so we yawn open the hip. Lengthen through the left heel down to the floor. And then land the right knee underneath the right hip. Pivot on that knee, come into your supported side plank. Left hand lifted. Take the left hand over, big side stretch. Engage the left side of the body as you bring the hand back up again. And then we'll lift the left leg, so whole left side of the body nice and strong. And here we'll start to bend that left knee, maybe the left hand comes back. So keep the glutes working. Lovely, and then we'll land the left hand to the floor. Take it to plank pose, take it to forearm plank. And from forearm plank, bring the hips down to the floor, coming into Sphinx. With your Sphinx pose here, just taking the twist through the shoulders, dropping one shoulder in, looking over the other. Just take a few moments here to release through the neck and the shoulders. Taking it side to side. Finishing off with your twisted Sphinx. Lovely hands underneath the shoulders. Taking it back into extended child, lengthening back. Coming to kneeling and taking your variation of opening the shoulders, so either the hands on the lower back or the hands behind. When you're ready, lifting the hips if that feels good. Open through the chest. Releasing back down again. Coming back into downward dog. Walking the feet forwards towards the hands. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And rise. Hands to the heart. Sweeping the hands up. Keeping the hands together, side bending to the right. Coming up, side bending to the left. Lifting back up again, hands to the heart. Right leg stepping back, high lunge. Open out, warrior two. Straightening the front leg, Trikonasana. Right hand onto the right hip, we'll take it to half moon, so soften that front knee, reaching forwards to the left, pressing into the left foot, finding your half moon. And if you feel that you have the opening in the front of the body and it feels right for you here, we're going to take the half bow pose here. So bending the right knee, so the heel towards the buttock, reaching back with the right hand, taking hold of the right foot, opening out the front of the body, or staying in your half moon. When you're ready to release, take it back into warrior two. And then we'll reverse the warrior. So left hand lifting, reversing the warrior. Let there be this lovely flow of energy out of this left hip, up the body, all the way up to the left hand. And then we'll cartwheel the hands all the way down to the floor and take a flow of your choice here. And then we'll start to walk the feet forwards to the front of the mat, into your forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, folding. Inhaling, rising up, sweeping the arms up, strong back, open front, hands to the heart. Sweeping the arms up, hands together, side bending to the left. And up and side bending to the right. Hands to the heart. Stepping the left foot back into our high lunge. Open out, warrior two. Straightening the front leg, Trikonasana. Left hand onto left hip. Preparing for half moon, softening the front knee, reaching forwards and to the right. Pressing into that right foot. And if you want to take the bind with the top leg, it can be easy if you do have a prop underneath the right hand, just to give you a little bit of extra height can make all the difference. So if you want to, you can bend the left knee. You don't even have to reach back for the foot if you don't want to. You could just bend that left knee. Or reaching back for the foot. Oh, it might not happen on this side. Then when you're ready, we'll crash into the wall. Step it back, warrior two. Oh, that was a good job, that wall was there. Lovely, reverse the warrior. Right hand lifting. And we'll cartwheel the hands down to the floor, take it through your flow. And when you're ready, we'll rest in child's pose. So bringing yourself up to seated, and we'll take the legs out nice and wide. Lovely. With the legs out nice and wide, we'll just take a little side to side release through the lower back particularly. So really feel that you're taking your side, waist and ribs to the thigh. A little bit side to side, and then we'll take it back to center. Choice to have the legs straight or bend in the left knee. So the left foot is on the inside of the right thigh. You could always have something underneath this knee to push that knee down onto. Right arm on the inside of the right leg, and the left arm reaching over. We'll rise back up again and take the twist. So if you wanted to, you could come into cross-legged if that feels better. And we'll bring the right hand to the left knee, left hand behind, twisting to the left. Release to center. And we're going to take the sort of side stretch and very small back bend. So if this is not going to work for this knee, then bring both feet to the floor. Take your reverse tabletop. Otherwise, we'll come on to the left shin and knee, pressing into the left hand, lifting over with the right hand. Really push the hips forwards. And bringing yourself all the way back down again. Lovely, and we'll release this left leg. And then we'll bend in the right leg. If you're taking that option, and of course you can use prop underneath the leg if you need to. Left arm on the inside of the leg. You could always just stay here, or taking that right arm over. Let the top arm drop down as you then bring yourself all the way back up again. We'll take the twist, left hand to the knee. Again, you could be cross-legged if you prefer, twisting to the right. Back to center, and either the reverse tabletop or right hand to the floor, coming up onto the right shin and knee, lifting the left arm over. Push the hips forwards. Bringing yourself all the way back down again, and we'll release out the legs. Give the legs a little bump, a little roll. We'll give them a little massage as well. Let the energy flow up and down the legs. And then we'll scoot forwards towards the front of the mat, lifting up tall through the spine, arms parallel to the floor, big toe mounds pushing into one another, heels pushing into the floor, reaching forwards. Coming halfway back. Coming up and reaching forwards. Coming halfway back. Reaching forwards, and then let the hands rest on the legs. Taking your forward fold. And start to slowly roll yourself all the way up. We'll release the hands so they're parallel to the floor, rolling halfway back. Hold here. If it feels okay, you could always bring the hands down. If it feels okay, we'll just take the hands side to side. Keep breathing. Then come back to center. Come further down towards the floor, hands side to side. Tuck the chin slightly. And then come all the way down to the floor. Oh, have a lovely deep breath in. Big breath out. Beautiful. We'll bring the feet to the floor with the knees bent, arms by the sides. Toes facing forwards, press the lower back into the floor, engage the inner thighs and lift the hips up, taking your bridge pose. If you want to turn the palms to face up and curl the shoulders in so you open a little bit more through the shoulders and the chest, feel free to interlace the hands underneath. So from here, if you want to, we're going to take it into legs up from here. So if you want to take shoulder stand, you could keep the shoulders curled under. Just kind of bring yourself down as best you can. And then when you're ready, lift the hips up. And then that way, the upper arms are in a good position for shoulder stand. Or you can bring the hands underneath the pelvis and let the legs lift. And taking 3 more breaths. And so wherever you are, start to feel that you're taking the legs a little bit towards the face. And slowly start to roll down. Take some big, beautiful breaths. Let the arms open out to the sides. Palms facing up, really relax the shoulders. We'll windscreen wipe the legs, so bend the knees. Nice big gap between the feet and the knees, and just drop the knees from side to side. Turning the head opposite side to the knees. Really relax through the body, so relax the shoulders, relaxing the jaw and the face. And then we'll bring the knees back up again, walking the feet in. And bring yourself into a really comfortable lying down position. Let the legs be relaxed, nice and long. You could always place a cushion or a rolled up blanket under the knees to support the lower back. And let the arms relax by your sides, palms facing up. Take a lovely deep breath in through the nose. And release that breath out through the mouth. Eyes closed. Bring your attention to the body. Noticing the weight of your body on the floor. And then bringing your awareness to your face. And we're going to take a tense and release here. So scrunch up your face, tighten the lips, clench the jaw, scrunch up the eyes, wrinkle the nose, tight through the cheeks, tight through the forehead. Make the face really tight, tight, tight. But as you make the face tight, try to keep the rest of the body relaxed. So tight face, tight face, tight face. And then when you're ready, release and soften the face. And notice what sensations might be present in the face. And then bring your awareness to the shoulders, the arms and the hands. Curl up the fingers, tighten the fists. Tighten all the arm muscles, lower arms, upper arms. Bring the shoulders right up to the ears, tight through the whole of the shoulders and the arms and the hands, really tight. Notice the tension in the body. Welcome the tension. Be completely present for this tension. And then relax, release the shoulders, release the arms, and release the fingers. And notice what sensations might be present in the hands, in the arms, and the shoulders. And then come to the torso. So tighten up the belly, lift through the pelvic floor, tighten up all the muscles in the pelvis, tighten through the chest, the buttocks, the lower back, the middle back, the upper back. Let your torso be really tight, tight, tight. Tighten up through the torso. Notice the tension. Welcome the tension. And then release. Let the whole body just relax down. And notice what sensations are present here in the torso. And then come to the legs. Feel that you're tightening up the thighs, the knees, lifting the knees. Tighten through the calves and the shins. Scrunch up the feet like you're making fists of the feet, and let the feet and the legs be really tight, but the rest of the body relaxed. So stay relaxed in the shoulders and tighten up the legs. Notice the tension. Welcome the tension. Tight through the legs. And then relaxing, let the legs relax. And what sensations are present in the feet and in the legs. And then we'll tense up the whole of the body, but we'll start at the feet. So tense up the feet, the legs, the buttocks, the pelvic floor, the back of the body, the front of the body, the hands, arms, shoulders to the ears. Scrunch up the face, whole body really tight, tight body. Notice the tension. Welcome the tension. And then release and let your whole body just relax here. Allow yourself to be open awareness, noticing all sensations that are present in the body, in the heart, in the mind. radiant sensation. And beginning to deepen the breath, wiggling the fingers and the toes, letting the knees bend and rolling over onto your side. Bring yourself back up to seated. You are currently too close to see things clearly. Detach a little and you will start to see things from a higher perspective. By emotionally detaching from this situation, a simple solution also becomes clear. Raising the thumbs to the forehead for purity of thought, to the lips for truth and honesty, and to the heart for love and compassion for all beings. Namaste.